Oh my god, hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to the first episode review for Superman and Lois. This 2 hour, it was technically an hour and a half premiere. And let me tell you, this is not a show. This is movie quality. I thought Stargirl was movie quality, but this just blows all the other CW shows out of the water. It always says the creators of The Flash and all, which is fantastic, but it's not. It's not. This show has writing that is spectacular, cinematography that is amazing, mind blowing, a score that makes some movies look like they're just produced by the lowest of low channels. Like, this show is everything I wanted times 100. I mean, from the very beginning, you get the introduction of Superman and how Clark got to Earth, and which we've seen so many times, but it had this new quality to it. You got the death of Jonathan Kent, which heartbreaking. Also, this will contain spoilers, by the way. Just wanted to pull that out because, like, there's no talking about this show without having some spoilers. But this show 100% was so better than I ever could imagine. This is the HBO Max got their pockets heavy in it. CW didn't touch this. It did not touch this. And I love this direction that the CW, HBO Max, and Warner Brothers is going with these shows. This is what we wanted. This amazing quality shows. I mean, it honestly, I was telling Allie before starting this recording that this wasn't even a show. It felt like a movie. It honestly felt like I was watching a movie, and I cannot wait until next week to see what they do. I don't know how shows like Legends and The Flash and even Black Lightning are going to stand up to this. Like, The Flash is the lead-in for Superman and Lois. Why? Superman and Lois should be the lead-in for The Flash. Just the quality of the show is so well done. It is emotional. It pulls at the heartstrings. The moment that phone call came about Clark's mom, and he just instantly went there and he heard the last thing she said, and just that whole scene, nothing was said, but it was just acted. And I honestly didn't expect this level acting out of the guy who played Clark, because he did not give us that acting in Supergirl. Speaking of Supergirl, that is the one thing I kinda am a little bothered by. There was no connection to Supergirl. There was no kind of canon bringing in, even though the twins was because of Crisis, and the fact that again, spoiler alert, the other universe is Lex, which I'm calling Master Chief or Doom Guy because that's honestly what it looks like, is from another Earth because it's a Lex Luthor. So I got questions because, like, this is part of the Arrowverse, but there's no mention of the other shows. There's no mention of the other heroes. No mention of Kara, and I would assume Kara would have been at the Mrs. Kent's funeral, and that Kara would have been at their wedding, and we didn't really see that. There's no mention of her. Like, there needs to be. I know Supergirl's ending this season, but without Supergirl, the actors in the show wouldn't have stood out. Like, they stood out because they were on Supergirl, and it really drove that momentum for this show. And you just kind of swept Supergirl under the rug, and I feel like that's a disservice to the Supergirl show. And I know a lot of people don't like it. It's one of my favorites. And even just taking a step back from it being my favorite, which honestly, this show it will probably likely take its spot. It's a disservice. Even to the Flash and Arrow, like there's no mention of them, and I hope there's mention of them in the later episodes, but there really wasn't any for this. And it's still the Arrowverse, so you need to have some connections. I understand Stargirl's on another Earth, and so like that makes sense of why there's not gonna really be any connections. But Superman is on on Earth Prime, and you're not getting these mentions, and it really needed it. But that aside, I have no complaints. If this was a movie, I would have watched the whole thing and demanding a sequel. The fact that I get another hour-long episode next week is phenomenal. It is honestly phenomenal. This show is just absolutely amazing. The mental battle of Clark dealing with being a dad and spending time with his family, but also being Superman. You have Clark really battling that mental battle. You have him trying to solve what's going on with the nuclear power plant and who's behind that. Lois is phenomenal in this show. She is being a detective 100% of the time. The fact that she's like, this dude that I don't trust, like, he bought the bank a couple months before offering the stuff. Why would he want small town farms? We know why he would want small town farms. He wants to buy the area so he can do stuff with Smallville. Smallville, hands down, again, cinematography, production value through the fucking roof. At HBO Max, a round of a fucking applause to you. This is the type of show. This is the quality of show that we have been wanting. The twins. I can't have a review for this show without mentioning the twins. Twins, I think, are really well done. I quickly was, at first, I was like, okay, Jonathan is my favorite twin. But then after they kind of aged up a bit and we got to see more of them, Jordan 100% became my favorite. While we're going to see a lot of development with the twins, and Jonathan kind of a little bit has an ego, and understandably so. He was kind of the sports star, is the sports star, a freshman, being a varsity quarterback. That is huge, and I get it. He's got an ego, but Jordan, I give them props too. They gave this child social anxiety disorder, which I give them props for that. That is an issue that is facing people across the world, and anxiety is a huge topic. And by having Superman's son have anxiety, and that being the son that gains and has the superpowers like his dad, it's going to add a level to this show that is just spectacular. Just spectacular. Clark being fired from the Daily Planet, again, adds things I did not expect to this show. And I'm honest to God, so intrigued by this. The storytelling in this is so intriguing, I would put it almost the same quality as WandaVision. It is that good. But of course, this is not just me. It's a conversation. So please let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode. What are you going to plan, or do you plan on watching Superman and Lois? If you did and you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and maybe subscribe. I'm going to cover the whole show, weekly episodes. So please, if you would, hit the subscribe button. I give this show, this premiere, a 9 out of 10. I am taking 1 point off just because it's part of the Arrowverse, and like I said, there was no real mention or tie-in back to the other shows that started it. This is the 9th show on CW of a premiere for these superheroes, and like, what, you need to mention some other heroes, just because of all the heroes that came before you. But thank you so much for watching. Link to our Discord if you want to continue this conversation down in the description below. Also our Twitch, we stream over there Tuesday through Sunday. Would love to have you there as well. And like always, we'll see you in the next one. Later.